Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing very well. We are on the we're getting towards the end of the semester, so things are going to start picking up, which is all very exciting. Your first video lessons are due this Friday, and so I need to address a few things real fast, and we'll see how it goes. Well, it'll go anyways. I had a chance to look through all of the submitted lesson plans, your first drafts, and I gave you feedback on them. I gave you direct feedback because of the number of lesson plans there were. I didn't give comprehensive feedback. I tried to hit upon the most important parts, and I tried to give you direct feedback on what I was looking for and where your biggest points of misunderstanding or confusion was. One very big point that a lot of students got confused on is that your lesson plan is for your video lesson that you're making right now, and your lesson plan's called for 40 minutes, but your video lessons are not going to be 40 minutes. They're going to be 3 to 5 minutes to 10 minutes at the most. Don't make them longer. And so make sure that you adjust your lesson plans accordingly. Also, make sure that your lesson plans are readable. Use a template for all love. They're there to help you organize your thoughts. So if you don't like the templates I supplied, there are thousands of templates out there in the world. You can find one that you can stomach and use. But use a template. The lesson plan is not an essay. It is a template plan. Anyways, make sure that when you submit your lesson to me, your video lesson to me, make sure that you attach your YouTube link and your lesson plan, your final draft lesson plan as well. Those are important. So your video link and your lesson plan. Make sure that your lesson plan matches your video lesson as well. Your video lesson should be matching your lesson plan. What is going on? What's happening there? All those wonderful things. This week, we're going to continue on talking about different minimal pairings and pronunciation fun things, and some different sounds, different consonant sounds that we have in English, and minimal pairings as well. I did like our Flipgrid. That is very nice. I think that was very helpful. That's just pronunciation practice. That's a way of making sure that I'm hearing and seeing, well, hearing mostly, that you are practicing the sounds. This week we're talking about some more sounds, rather. Some more sounds. Specifically, we're talking about ch and j. And we can see j, ch, ch, ch. This is the choo-choo sound. We can see where the tongue placement is, our teeth, our lips. Lips are open, teeth are slightly open. The front of our tongue is raised up, and it is voiceless. Ch, 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 ch. There's no vibration there. But j, j, j. Again, lips are open, teeth are slightly open, tongue is to the up and to the front, and then of course we see that it is voiced. J, 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 ch, 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 j, 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 ch, ch, ch. They are the same placements and manners of articulation, except for voicing. So voicing is important. Hot diggity dog. Let's take a look at some j in sentences. So she likes being on stage, j, j. She likes being on stage. Turn to the next page, page. Do you like jam, j, j, j. I'd like to apologize, jize. Steve can jump, jump very high. Stop, it's dangerous. J. So we see dangerous. So we have these j in a story. We'll need to try to listen for the j sounds. So Richard James was a soldier. He joined the army in March, right after his birthday. He liked to make jokes, watch movies, and listen to jazz. His friend Charlie and he spent their days off drinking gin in a local jazz bar. So we see here. One more time. Richard James was a soldier. He joined the army in March, right after his birthday. He liked to make jokes, watch movies, and listen to jazz. His friend Charlie and he spent their days off drinking gin in a local jazz bar. So finding the j sounds. Richard James, James. Joined, yes. Jokes, watch movie, jazz, yes, good. Drinking gin in local jazz bar. Now there's one more, and you might have already noticed I missed over it, but it's because it's hiding right there. This word, soldier, jur. Again, so the word pronounced soldier. So the di becomes a j sound. Soldier, soldier, soldier. Otherwise, we don't say soldier or soldier. Soldier, soldier. So definitely see how the j sound is sometimes hidden. They were real gentlemen and always tried to help the elderly women and children whenever they had a chance, and the two of them also enjoyed teaching Japanese to junior high school children when they were off duty. One more time. They were real gentlemen and always tried to help the elderly women and children whenever they had a chance. The two of them also enjoyed teaching Japanese to junior high school children when they were off duty. So we see gentlemen. Then here we have children. So that's not. Whenever they had a chance. The two of them also enjoyed teaching Japanese to junior high school children. Children. It's children. Is that a j sound or not a j sound? Is that a j sound or not a j sound? Children. I think that's something we'll have to have for a discussion question. Does children have the j sound or not the j sound? Okay. Next, we have two more sounds, which again are keeping up. These are very similar to each other, but only difference is voicing and voiceless. We see sh and zh, sh and zh. Now be careful. This zh sound, we really don't have it in Korean. But again, for sh, we see lips are slightly open, teeth are closed, and we see the blade of the tongue moving up. Not the tip, but the blade. So shh, shh, shh. And of course we see it is voiceless. Shh, quiet. That kind of sound. And zh. We see again lips slightly open, teeth closed, blade of the tongue touching. And it is voiced. Zh. So this, I think we say the sound quite often, but it's a little bit difficult because it's not entirely native. So he bought a luxurious car. Luxurious. Zh. We should avoid confusion. I heard an explosion. Do you watch television? Zh. You should dress casually. Zh. Casually for the party. Casually. What is your final decision? Zhen. The I-O-N. Zhen. Well, S-I-O-N properly, but zhen. Let's take a look here and see in this story what zh sounds we hear. Sean is an illusionist and has shows all around the world. His shows usually shock his audience. His latest one was on a big cruise ship traveling across the ocean. He decided to use this occasion to do his special act. Sean is an illusionist and he has shows all around the world. His shows usually shock his audience. His latest one was on a big cruise ship traveling around the ocean. He decided to use this occasion to do his special act. So the zh sound, Sean, no, is an illusionist, zhenist, and has shows all around the world. His shows usually shock his audience. His latest one was on a big cruise ship traveling across the ocean. He decided to use occasion to do his special act. He asked his audience for some patience while he was casually walking around across the stage. Suddenly, the ship rose from the surface of the ocean and was flying in the air, much to his audience's shock. In confusion, they found that their pockets were full of pirate treasure. It was Sean's greatest show of all. One more time. He asked his audience for some patience while he was casually walking across the stage. Suddenly, the ship rose from the surface of the ocean and was flying in the air. Much to the audience's shock and confusion, they found that the pockets were full of pirate treasure. It was Sean's greatest show of all. So he asked his audience for some patience. 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 So that's unvoiced, so we don't have it. While he was casually, that's voiced, walking across the stage. Suddenly the ship rose from the surface of the ocean, and was flying in the air. Much to the audience's shock and confusion, they found that their pockets were full of pirate treasure, unvoiced. It was Sean's greatest show of all. There we go. Easy peasy. We take a look at some minimal pairings of j and sh and j. These can be quite difficult for Korean native speakers. See, virgin, have the j sound. Virgin, versus version, version. Make sure we have the j sound and the zh sound. Ledger, leisure. Again, pleasure. It's very important we get the vibration in there. Zh. Legion. Hopefully you can hear there's the j sound, the hard j sound, and the zh, which is much softer. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little short, just the j and ch and sh and zh sounds, but they are good. It's important for us to take a look and a close look at these close sounds, these minimal pairings, and where Korean students can have difficulty in identifying and producing these sounds, because it directly leads into our next and final project. And that, but we'll get more into that next week after our first big project. Please make sure that you have your video projects turned in with the link to YouTube. Please don't send me the video file. That's no good to me. Just have an unlisted YouTube link. Give me the link. I'll watch it. That's it. If I need to download it, I can download it. That's fine. But yeah, don't give me the direct file. But please make sure that you have your lesson plan for your video lesson in the submission, along with your YouTube link for your video. There'll be some additional supplementary videos here as well, just to make sure that we're following along and we're practicing along and that we're understanding things. I don't want to have any Flipgrid this week, simply on account of our larger project coming in this Friday. So So just focus on your project. Try to make a good video lesson, and it will all work out. And I'll provide as much feedback as I can, and get the grades back in a timely manner as well. If you have any questions, you can ask me, but also make sure that you can use the Q&A section on eClass so people can see your question, and then everyone can see my answer as well. Oh, about your lesson plan, I gave you feedback. Whether you choose to accept that feedback or to reject it, that's your decision. Just bear in mind and remember who your audience is and what your audience is doing. Your audience is me, and I am the one grading your overall project. But you're grown-ups now, so you can accept or reject it, and we'll see each other again next week. Have a very good weekend. Excuse me, I am coughing up loogies all over the place. Have a very good week. Stay safe, and I'm excited to see your video lessons as the week goes on. Goodbye.